Welcome. Hang on. Sorry about the delay, but welcome back, guys. It is EP.12. We're here back in Satisfactory. And we're gonna massively rework this factory today, if things go right. So, alright. I should by far have enough. $17, $19. I'm primarily focused on this side. I just massively increased this size. So, alright. Also, I'll show you all that uranium node I was talking about in a second. I believe... That's a coal node. What the? Oh, it's that. I believe that's the uranium node there. So, I am going to set up a little road. Just to try to get things moving the way this should be. Yeah, ran out of concrete. So, yeah, we'll have. I'll set this to currently be the facility for all three all three main items. Is it a oh yeah, that is a copper node. I forgot we have a copper node right there. Copper node there, and I believe it's the uranium node up there. So I believe an impure node. So it's not what the. Please tell me I didn't see that correctly. How is that thing up here? I'm gonna run. What the? Nope. No. No. Yes, follow me. Where are you gonna go now? Unlike you, I can control when I die. So, with a recommendation from one of y'all yesterday, I am gonna do similar to what y'all recommended of have 3 different floors for the 3 main resources: iron, copper, limestone. That's going to be basically what this enormous place is going to be. My last playthrough, that is what this was meant to be, and then it turned into a makeshift phase 3 elevator part factory for. Hang on, is that limestone? I didn't know we had another limestone node over here. Actually, I probably did. I just probably forgot. Alright, let's collect the power plant to here, and then using this, which would allow, hopefully, for easy transport of anything we may need. Because yeah, this is just going to be an enormous power plant, probably. There we go. Might be a little steep for the trucks, but this gives us ultimate access to both copper and oil. Not copper, sorry. Coal and oil, because basically hidden behind that entire rock formation there is a ton, and I mean a ton of oil. I'm also gonna remember. Oh yeah, never mind. I was like, I'm also gonna remember where Sam node is, but I know where Sam node is. I discussed that, I believe, yet. Frig. Alright. So, just to make sure I've got everything. Oh yeah, I should have everything I may need. First floor will be, let's do first floor iron. And we'll have it 5 high per floor for the moment. I'll probably open this up to 3 wide. Just so I can fit more resources, because you can fit about 4 belts per 1 tile if you lay your cards correctly. Though, can be a little difficult to do that because you've got to get like perfectly, but this should give us about 12 belts in total, which should be more than enough. Now, this truck area will eventually be a legitimate trucking area and whatnot. Like, I will probably have this entire, like, these entire 5 squares related to trucking. Why are there more of y'all? Alright.
Calling post-trauma support helpline. No personnel available at this time. Your call is important to us.
Alright, yeah, first floor will be iron. How many rods do I have? Rods would be currently limiting factor. 703? Should be enough. Alright. That's weird. Up this back over there. Cause yeah, it's gonna go iron, copper, limestone is what I think I'm gonna put the order as. Actually, yeah, I need limestone at the top because limestone I have a lot of stuff branching off from it. Same with iron. But this is only a starter factory. This isn't the final product, I don't think. Actually, I know this isn't going to be the starter product from previous bases I've done, factories. It's always complex to try to get this stuff down. Let's see if we can get another. Hang on, don't I get Mark IIs? Oh yeah. I need Steel Pro though. Which I'll actually build a specific steel factory. I'll directly go off of. Alright. Yeah, I'll just have 4 Mark 1s for iron. So 4 Mark 1 irons, 2 limestones, and so I'll have 8. I should have a total of 8 nodes going through this plant right now. Well, when it's built, I should have a total of 8 nodes. Because 4 iron, I'll just build another one. 4 iron, 2 limestone, 2 copper. Will there be additionals? Yes. Will I have additionals at the moment? No. That's producing how many? I got 14 on there. Okay. That's architecture walls. Uh, 39. Maybe, but I don't know. Alright, then I'll set this to limestone right here. We've got 4 nodes producing, I don't know how much each. So 1 iron, this requires 30 each. So without increasing increasing these are 120 per, so 30 per. This is 120 per. Yeah, 120 per. I'm currently using 60 belt, so 60, 120, 240. 240 divided by 30. 8. I can have 8 of these right now. Without getting better conveyor belts, at least. And then I'll be able to increase more, but I'm running up, actually. No, hang on. I was like running on a budget, but why do I have to run on a budget? Okay. These I have like a ton of. I'll just go to those. 8 tunics, actually, and alright, so 120 times 4. 480. So 480 divided by 30. 480 divided by 16. So I can have 16 of these now. I've got 5 of these right now. Yeah, so 5. I can get 11 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should equaling up to 16, which it does. So 30, so it's a 30 to 30, so holy crap. So that's accurate. I should be producing 480 iron a minute. Iron ingots, at least, per minute. That's a lot. So, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which is great. Now, it's 4 belts to 16, 4 and 4. Alright, I think I can do that. Might be a little difficult, but I got it. There we go. Now find the 4. Find where to put it. So it's going to be about here. There. 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 So, sorry guys, I am sick, but I'm getting over it, so that's half of them done. Splitter, done. Too close. So, there. There. Oh, hang on. Nope. These ones. So. I need reinforced iron plates. So, this place is almost done. Oh, not. The smelt line is almost done. So, yeah. Some. I'll take a look at how much stuff we can craft. But. Yeah. For the moment, I'll just use the rest of that belt. All that should be connected. So all of this, if I were to connect it right now, hopefully. Okay, this is only 4 megawatts, and it's not bad. If I were to connect this, it should start producing and moving all these belts fairly quickly. Just to test. So yeah, see how these belts aren't slowing down? This belt actually needs to speed up. I need way more plating.
Go for that extra purchase. Go awesome.
There we go. Should definitely benefit the factory now. Yeah, these are producing at what they should be. So I'll just disconnect the factory from everything. Let it do what it needs to do. So 16, basically 4 lines. 4 lines, 3 main products, I believe. So I'll use 12 of these. So I'll use those 12. Constructors are a lot more massive than those are. So these are fuse plate. Sorry about that. I just quickly do something. But factory never waits. So it's 30 per minute goes into 20 per minute. So 30, that's 120 per minute goes into 100, so 2/3 of 120, 90. I should be getting 90 plates a minute, which should, in theory, be amazing. This is also without overclocking because I'm running that. Y'all can't see me playing. I'm running the smelters outputs with their input. So whatever their output is what their input has to be for it to run even. And then there. Alright. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 will be making rods 15 per minute. I can actually increase this. 22.5, 30. Oh, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. 120 rods per minute. That's going to be amazing. Nope, not steel. Alright. Alright. So hang on, I'm going to try a new method. I could just daisy chain this because I have a mod that allows that, but I would not like to daisy chain at the moment. Now, I'm gonna need a cable, but so 90 and 120. Now, the screws are going to be a little more complex because I have to add an extra smelter involved with that. So let me get some more resources and then we'll go build that part. Also, just to let you all know, all the other 3 resources are still automated while we're doing this. All iron products are not though. So we need to get this up and running quicker than sooner rather than later because iron's currently at a standstill. The miners are still operating. Well, they're not currently because none of this is moving, but if I were to take resources out, they're still powered, so. I need 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't fully know. In total, I need, whatever I decide to do, I need max output at 120. Alright, so, screws. So it's a 1-to-4 ratio, 10 to 40. What do I have this at? 200%? Yeah. That's gonna be a lot I've got smart tickets, right? I hope I do. If not, I can make things. I've got those. I'm gonna overclock these as well to 30 per minute. So, which means I'm gonna have to overclock those to where they would allow 30 per minute. I don't know if they'll allow 30 per minute because 250% would be 15, do a 10, 25. I think I'll have to underclock these. Because thinking, yeah, to keep it at the 120 resources per minute limit, I'll have to limit these to 30 resources per minute, which means, give me a second. I'm gonna have to do some calculations. This is gonna get chaotic. Hang on. Should be like 75% should be what I have to run them at. Okay, yeah, 75%. Which is 7.5 items per minute. Let's set it to 8. So all of these should be completely set up now. Alright. Logistics. Merger. Merger. Remove that one. And then merger. There. So I can kick that production off. So this factory will produce basic resources. For the moment, at least. I might expand this factory. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So this factory will include six floors to start with. 2 for each resource. 2 iron, 2 copper, 2 limestone. AKA, for the basic resources that don't really have much, but do still have some stuff, like limestone, there's gonna be quite a bit of stuff. Alright. So yeah, let's make some of this stuff. Everything should be oriented for the amount of stuff I want on the belts, not how much I want to produce. Because I really don't want to overflow my belts at the moment. Because I care more about what my belts look like than it actually shows. Well, belts inside the factory wise. Alright. Almost time. Factory should be ready. Let's power her on and hope she works, because if not, I'm gonna have some time to fix this. I think it would be power-wise, because everything should be connected. Moment of truth. She should be working. Oh, please tell me this is doing what it needs to. I see green and what should be good for everything. No backups. All how it should be. Plates, on the other hand, are a little slow. Outflows 20 per minute. I'm going with inputs and not worrying about outputs. Yep. So plates are producing 90 per minute, unlike the 120 and 120. Actually, are these? It has power. That's weird. I'll let that catch up, but we should be at optimal time now. So, yeah, the screw should be producing at 120 per minute. The fact that they weren't was surprising, and once that starts producing, should catch up. Let's see if this fixes the issue. Yep, it fixed the issue. They're not stopping for no more than a second or two. Well, less than a second or two. So yeah. Brilliant. I'm fine with these slowing down, but yeah. Probably gave me a spike in power usage, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, max consumption is 360 per se, and production is 750. So 360, 750 minus 360. I have about 390 units, 390 megawatts of power that I can still use. Basically, I can do about a factory twice as large as my current one, and I'd be at my limit. So this is screws. I'm just gonna. This is current storage, so I'm just gonna put my storage stuff in there. So 120, 90, 120, 120. So 12,000 divided by 120. That will fill up at about a little more than an hour and a half. 4,800. That will That will fill up in 40 minutes. Actually, it'll fill up in like 30 because I already put stuff in there. And then that will fill up in 53 minutes from when it's empty. So this is a relatively efficient factory. Can it be better? Actually, yes, it can. I'm only running with Mark II belts, and I'm running at peak efficiency, to my belief, with Mark II belts with these resources. Now it's just producing basic materials, nothing much. That I was concerned for a second. Then I realized, oh yeah, I'm only using 12 of my 16 smelters and 3 of my 4 iron nodes. I'm actually, I don't think, using that iron node at the moment. Yeah, I'm not. Basically, if these are continuously moving, that is good. If one of them pauses for any more than about 3 seconds, that's a problem. Because input is all 120 per minute. So, yeah. Next. I'll do limestone. No. I would like to do limestone. It's the closest. But I ultimately probably need to do copper first. Though I'm producing enough copper materials as it is. So, that's probably fine. There we go. Luckily, that thing had some reserves in it, because these are... Yeah, these are all full, so... They have reserves in them, which is good, just in case something like that happens and my power isn't organized. And I have to, for a second or two, take it off the power grid for a second, because I did something and I didn't realize it would affect it. Watch this thing update in a second. There we go. So 120, it's a 500, it's a stack of 500, so 500 divided by 120. I produce a stack of screws every bit, a little bit over every 4 minutes. With plates, it's a little over, it's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I think. Screws, not screws, rods, it's like a minute and 40 seconds, I think. I don't know if my math is correct, but I think it is. These aren't even running anything. I'm gonna grab biofuel. There we go. Put all the biofuel in there because I'm not going to use it. Probably. Though I do want to have a backup source of biomass just in case I somehow build my factory in a way that I trip a fuse. Because if I trip a fuse, I am screwed at the moment. It would basically set me back an entire progression cycle because I would have to produce enough energy. I would have to have a biomass power plant that, if needed, could for about 3 minutes produce enough power that would equal. Actually, that would produce more power than coal generators for about 3 to 5 minutes. So one of these is okay. This is also bumped up pretty high. So that needs coal, and coal and iron. So yeah, I'll build a steel factory, which will basically. I don't think it's iron ingots. Hang on. Steel. It's not foundry, right? Okay. Oh, that sucks. What is that? 45 per minute. So it's a 3 to. It's basically a 1 to 1, but it's a 3 to 3. So yeah, iron ore and coal ore. It's only the ore. It's nothing else. Which means I don't have to build an entire factory like this. Well, I will, but that's beside the point. I don't need to, but I just like to. I look at the little spaceships up there. The little hover trains. I don't know what they are. Alright. So let's prepare for steel, I guess. Okay, yeah, it's so rotors. Copper sheets. So it's either I want to produce more than what we need to. Hmm. I'm thinking. So, I should actually be able to build rotors in this facility. Either I do this recipe, make them slower, but make them with stuff I have in-house at the moment, which is a forged iron build. And then, or I do copper, which technically does make more, kind of. I'm probably just gonna make normal rotors. And then rotors and followed by Modular frame, that's what it is. Reinforced iron plates and iron rods. Okay, so I'm gonna need like 3 or 4. You know what? I'm just gonna make an extension to this place. Made a little bit more than I needed to, so that'll eat it. Should be more than enough. I'm gonna probably have the door be this, but I don't know though. Well, that was that. Now I'll just have to figure out the output later. This is input, right? Yep. A minute should be fine. I built these backwards. Alright. I have an idea. Maybe. I don't know. I could use the other 4 smelters I currently have unused. And as long as I figure out the 3 main components that will eventually go into all the others, I could overclock and underclock and figure out what I would need to do. And I could make this more efficient, though it'd be iffy. So, yeah, reinforced iron plates. Um, um, so, plates and screws. Rotors is rods. Alright, so plates, screws, and rods is the main 3 things I need. So plates, screws, rods. Yeah. I can do it with 3, can't do it with 4. I don't know. I'll make it work. So you'll make plates. You'll make rods. You'll make rods. Now I need to take a look at this. So it's 108. So to fully fill these two, I need to produce, I don't know. Screws. Screws. So these outputs need to be 60. Which means input needs to be 15. Which is good. $37.5. 50. That's the most I'm gonna get right now. Alright, so I'm working with 120 screws and how many plates? It's 50. So 50 plates, 38, actually no, 37 screws. I'm gonna go down for the screws. So there, so 8.3. Oh, no, no. 30 per minute. $4.1 a minute. Alright, so modular frames is the only one that needs an additional one passed. Module frames. Let's see if I can make these two both rotors. Ah, frig. So these two are operating under the assumption that they're the only things using it. 100 per minute? Holy, oh my god. You're gonna be the only thing. You should make 10 a minute. 4.4 a minute. How this? Constructor, not constructor, assembler. So you can use 30 plates and 60 screws, which leaves me an extra 60 screws. So you can use screws and whatever, which you can then go into there, and it's 12 rods. You need 20, so it might work. Is that with me overclocking any of these? That is me overclocking. 37.5 divided by 2. 18.75. I'd be underworking the machine a little. Just a tad. I'm fine with that. So those two are screws. Those are all mark ones. Oh, those are at 100% now. Since those are backed up. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, so the far left are the screws. And then I need screws. Sorry, rod. No, just this plates. Plates, rods. Far right is plates. So that one's plates. which means it should, when powered on, almost produce what I need it to. Need a little bit more. This needs rods too. Ugh. Alright. Splitter. And then as an output will be these two. Alright, so once all that eventually is powered on, it should, in theory, do what it needs to. Slow, but it should be producing now. Yeah, ever so slightly we'll be producing rotors, technically rotors, reinforced plating, and modulated modular frames. Don't know why I forgot that. So constant movement in this factory. This is just cool to see it all in synchronous. Um, so far, it's not producing yet over here. It will probably start doing it soon. Once I see it start moving, I'll be happy. That one's good. That one's good. Yeah, look at this. Alright, rotors are producing. And why aren't modular frames producing? Oh, hang on. They're producing, just not pulling on the belts for some reason. Might have just been a graphical error with the camera in the game, but I'm still gonna come double check. Alright, they're producing now. Just 2 per minute, that's why. That's gonna take a while to craft those. 2 per minute, which means 120 an hour. sure makes them, but just slow. It's at 91, that's 100, that's at 52? Yeah. First rotor. The enormous fix to storage. Probably not the best idea, but alright, so those are being produced. Now I can't wait to start seeing modular frames come this way. Speaking of which, they're right there. 120 an hour. So give or take with how long my streams are, sometimes potentially 300 modular frames a stream. Potentially. Which for modular frames is actually quite a bit. That's about 6 stacks of modular frames. Which is about about a little under 2.5 stacks of modular frames an hour. Because they stack in 50, not 200 or 500. Basically, 500, 200, 200. I believe they're stacking. These stack in 100s. They might stack in 200s, but I think they stack in 100s. Oh yeah, they stack in 100s because they're stacking 200s, and that's half of that. So, and this probably gonna be 1200. Let's see. Processing. $1,200. Yep. Which puts it at full in about 4 hours. Actually, hang on. I can do that math. 120. So 1,200. 120 an hour. Huh. I understand my issue now. I was calculating for how many would be produced in 3 hours at a time. Then times 4. It would take 10 hours for those things for that to fully fill up. Which is insane. But understandable at the moment. So I need to get 5 high. I'm gonna start working on the next floor. Where's some... Okay, this is a graphical issue. It's like, why are some different textures when I just placed all of those down? Now, I'm working with 2 copper nodes, unlike the 4 iron nodes, so it's gonna be 8 smelters instead of 4. Instead of 16. So, I mean, we are building a powerhouse of a factory, but it's gonna take a second. The second isn't probably a few hours. Hopefully should be enough concrete in my inventory. So with us not having steel yet, the only thing we're going to be producing massively with limestone is concrete. Can we produce can we produce encased industrial beams? Not currently. Might take a look at the recipe actually. Because I'm an idiot. No, I'm not going to use that recipe because that recipe doesn't exist. Make for something else. So I've got encased industrial beams that I need to be crafting because it's actually, I believe, they need for tier 4 Mark 4 belts. I know it's used for belts, I just don't know which one. I think Mark 3 is steel. Steel beams. Mark 4, I believe, is encased industrial beams. Now, encased industrial beams, I can massively produce quite easily once I have access to steel. It's just route this there, put this here. It's relatively easy stuff with 2 factories producing both resources. It's really put it together in one location with an assembler, and I've got it. So as I don't overwork my machines, I'll be putting stuff in storage while also making a resource. So if things work correctly, I should be able to produce those. Hopefully. Wow, what's happening to my... I'm gonna reload. There we go. That's better. I can walk them. Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. That works. Need to get this part done anyways. Not gonna be driving vehicles there, so there we go. $18, $27, phone full, $55. Okay. Build 5,000 foundations, a concrete example. What? Hang on. Let me go to my Steam for a second. What? Like, that's just a random achievement I just got from Satisfactory. I have 15 achievements. Build 5,000 foundations. Huh. The rarest achievement I have is build 5 kilometers. Nope. Drive the cyber wagon. Huh. Gather 150 Mercer spheres. Unlock all milestones. Avoid touching the ground for 30 minutes. Alright. I know which biome I haven't visited yet. 5 kilometers of railroad. Unlock all milestones. That's the MAM. Okay. Gather 150 mesh spheres. Gather 50 summer sloops. Gather the 100 hard drives. There's 3 hidden achievements. I want to get those because I don't know what they are. Alright. Everything's coming in over here. So, yeah. I have an idea for this facility, and which involves my hub. One of y'all gave me the idea, kind of have the hub above where the space elevator is. I don't think I'm gonna have the space elevator here, but it would be above it because I probably gonna have it over there. But I want the hub as like the top of this factory. I don't know though. All right, smelter. Dealing. I need 8 of these. And let's put some walls down, just so I know where I'm operating at. Alright. I actually kind of have a bigger area because I've got the overside of where the trucks can be driving at. Because I'm not bringing trucks up here. Could I? Probably. Am I going to? No. I don't think I'm gonna have enough plates. Nope. I need to finish that building, but before I can finish that building, I need to finish this building. I have enough concrete, right? Just over 1,000, well, about 1,200. I should have enough concrete. Right, smelters over there, walking this way. I believe it's this one. It's actually these three. I need 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so 30, 30. I'm hoping I can do this rather quickly. I also need to handcraft a ton of stuff for this. Luckily I'm producing the 2 resources needed to do it, so I'll grab those. Gotta craft a ton of these. Because I don't think there's any additional iron nodes on this plane. I might add where this is the awesome sink area where all my overflow goes. Because if I jam my factory too much, it will slow down the production line, but no. No. No, so. No. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, let's handcraft a ton of reinforced iron plates. We're gonna be here a while. And there's there it is. There. Now I'm gonna take a look at power consumption. 490. Okay. We were getting up there, but nowhere near where I should start. Don't worry. Once we start getting to that 600 range, I'll probably go place some more stuff down to give us some power, because we're not at oil yet, and we'll probably not get oil until episode 5, I'd say, is when we'll be at oil. Whereas episode 3, this episode is going to be building the base, if I need to, adding some extra coal generators, connecting it to power grid and everything, and just make sure we've got power. Make sure we've got power, and making sure everything is automated, which is this episode. The goal by the end of this episode is to have everything that we already had automated, severely automated, plus maybe a little bit more. Next episode will probably, we might actually be at oil by episode 6, not 5, because next episode I might try to automate steel, because I'm going to need steel for space elevator, and then either that same episode or the episode after that will be when we start automating space elevator parts, which is going to take a while. And then the episode, most likely the episode after we start automating the space elevator parts severely, is probably the episode where we will get the next stage and whatnot. Because once you have 3 resources that are severely hard to craft and are a little difficult to work with, it starts becoming a little more difficult. Why are those yellow? No, those are paused, that's why. Those are center 2, which means, if I were to be correct, rods and screws are full. Again. Alright. No. It's 4, right? Yeah. I'll put 8 down, but I'll change it if I have to. They all need to be wire. It's just these four have to have an extra constructor, so that one. And this is going to be making cable. So 60 wire per minute. So which means this needs 30 per minute. So each one of these need to have an output of 30 per minute. Yay! The math I just did, it works. Alright, these I don't particularly care how much they produce. It would be, I think, a total of 8. I've got 5 on there. Yeah, it'd be a total of 8. I would gladly, I might actually be able to, but not at the moment. Yeah, if I am correct, I might potentially be able to overclock these and produce what I want later, but that's a later problem. So, not the current issue. Now, they're about 3 off the wall, so they're probably about right here. So, here. I was correct. Alright. Merger. Nope. Alright, now I just need to connect these to power and then switch the lines so copper's connected to this stuff. And I need to connect these. So 120 resources per minute. Good. Alright. So I've got those two, so it's only the one I have left now. Let's see if I can trust myself with this. Play the game. Is my fuse gonna blow? Because if my fuse blows, I'm in terrible trouble. Because I have coal. Actually, I'm gonna run the numbers, or at least attempt to. Figure out how much I can potentially be able to leeway. I'm gonna take with my power and everything. Alright, so it's not connected to power, so it's not going to be able to start running, but I can at least get it connected. There. Yeah. 460. It shouldn't blow my fuse. I'm about 80% confident that won't blow my fuse. I think I'm going to take my chances and connect it. The worst that happens, I have to just set up a ton of biomass burners and disconnect and whatnot. Because I have to set up enough biomass burners or enough different coal generators. Like, I'll have to make power somewhere or another. What I'll probably do is get enough power to start down the power facility and then build off of there. Because as long as my power facility runs, it can generate power. Because it's one line that connects power facility to here. If that line is broken, I can restart one pretty easily as long as the other is not running. Of course, it wants to be difficult right now. This thing should be connected to power now. Don't blow a fuse. Max consumption did jump by about 80 megawatts. So, that's fine. I'm happy. This entire facility should be pretty. I'm an idiot. I'll let them smelt right now, but I'm an idiot. Let me tap into my supply of stuff that I have a ton of. So, it's going to be smelting them. It's not going to be doing anything else with them right now because it's not connected. Alright. There. Producing both resources at theoretically 120 per minute. I actually don't know if that's correct or not, but 30 per minute, yeah, 120 per minute. 30 per minute, 120 per minute. So yeah, both resources are producing at 120 per minute now. Which is nice. So now, it's concrete time. Which concrete's gonna be hopefully easy. Hey, let me put all those resources in here. Well, that's about to be full. Yeah, 98%. That's gonna be full in about a minute and a half. That one. Alright. Now I've still got a large amount of room here. So if I decide to find more copper nodes and implement them, I can. Iron, I'm kind of capped out at right now. I also just realized what I said about having 2 floors for each resource. But then I also remembered after about 10 minutes after the fact, I was like, I'll just build extra factories. Kind of. For the resources at least, that I was thinking, like, yeah. Alright. Concrete time. So I will ultimately have two concrete nodes. 2 limestone. I keep mixing concrete and limestone up. Alright. This facility is the start of something big. Hopefully. There. So, limestone's gonna require a little extra work. Actually, it's gonna require less work in total because it's really just constructors, and a miner. But I've got to deal with miner because I'm gonna put stuff in limestone out over there. That's why I was like, we're gonna be running 2 limestones instead of just the one. So, yeah, we're gonna be running decently effective. Actually, I already have this thing. What? I don't know where I got that. Enough for. I'd like to build a Mark II, but I can't. Well, I could. Oh, no, I can't. It requires steel. Let's see if I can play the game called Find the Uranium. Oh, Mr. Uranium Node, where are you? That's Caterium. I almost called that thing an ugly fish. Did they remove the uranium node that was over here? Well, it wasn't a node, it was just a random deposit. Like, I
If you
could have
wish to impress me, don't do that.
won. Alright. Well then. Let's grab some plates. Actually, I'm gonna need a ton of plates and a ton of screws. Because I've got our entire supply of concrete on me right now. Let me through there. I'm probably gonna get 300, 300 plates, reinforced plates. There we go. Is there something? No, it's machines. Alright, now it needs to be connected with power. Missing a wire. Let me go to my second floor. Actually, no, let me go to over here because it's got storage over here. Kind of wish it wasn't in the back though, but I don't care. I do care, but not enough for me to change my entire setup around. Which resource am I running low on? Plates. Let's see if I can at least put a not one block high, a 4 meter high barricade around it, just so I at least know where the start and stop is, just so I don't fall off. There we go. It's a 3 to 145 per minute. We've got 240 resources in total. 240 divided by 8 should be 30, right? Yeah, 30. So if I can get that to 30 items per minute, $36.5, 7. Um, 'No. There we go. Thank you, calculations, and just looking it up. Oh, I could have just done that. Which means I can have 8 of these. Kind of feel they should have been farther back, but we'll figure out in a second. There, so that will be connected to probably the one copper is directly connected to, so that one's full. I could connect it to that one, but I don't know. I remember I disconnect that one, I disconnect the entire factory. So let's go connect Frig. I need more reinforced plates. Hopefully, that's good. That's turning on, and these are Mark IIs. So within no time, that will be connected to what it should be. And then that will be producing what it needs to. Alright. Not rid of those for right now, because I don't entirely need those. But not at the moment, at least. How many resources is it altogether? 80 resources in total per minute. So 80 concrete per minute. Alright. I've got that. Alright. Besides building the top part with the hub and everything, this place is done after I connect this. You said I need 13 more. I'll get 20 just in case. And then I've got quite a bit of concrete on me. I'll attempt to finish the roof. Well, I'll attempt to finish the building. Don't know how much I'll be able to get to. There we go. Really? I forgot to do it high too. Okay, so I've got this one left to do, which is going to require quite a bit. And then I've got the roof, and then I've got the stairs, and then the hub up there. Because yeah, I'm gonna put the hub up there. Yeah, it'll look amazing. Yeah, I think it's gonna be it for the episode right now. Um, we got this entire place built in an episode, which is just purely amazing. Alright, so here we've got this place built. If I go down here, we'll go automatically showing where I am. Okay, so with this I can actually go, I think, my altitude. So we're producing concrete now, so that's lovely. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot, I need to produce one more copper item. It's fine, I'll find another copper node, because I'm not going to mess with what I currently got. It just means that we won't have all iron, copper. Actually, I could just take this out, swap that, go over there, and bingo. Because it would actually be simpler than you'd think. But yeah, if you have got any questions on how I did anything you would like for me to improve on, like this entire facility will probably get improved eventually. Um, Hang on, let me. How much power am I currently running with? I don't have any concrete on me. Hang on. Got a power pole somewhere in here. How much power am I currently using up? Max, um, max, consume is 570, say 580 megawatts. So, 750 minus 580. I have about 170 megawatts leeway right now. Next, before I do anything major, like before I probably build the factory, before I build the steel factory, I need to get power production increased, probably from 4 coal gens, probably 8 would be good, if I can spare that much coal. And, where's the closest copper node? Water turbine. What's the closest copper node that I don't have it marked? Got those 2 over there. There's one over there. Oh yeah, I can get that one. I've got one over there. It's like, I'd hate to do it because it would involve me going down there and... Oh, nope. I can do that one because it's right next to my coal gens and I've got the bridge going down there. I can do that. So, yeah, I will probably do that off camera, setting that up in the copper area, maybe readjusting some stuff with that, just so it doesn't take up any time in the next episode. And then, hopefully, if things go well, I can start setting up steel. So, yeah. I've got everything right now needed. I've got everything unlocked that I need for to complete phase 2. I've just gotta build the stuff, which it's gonna take time. So when I'm AFK not streaming, I might just have my factories run. Granted, my factory is already running very well, but I'll probably have them run, try to get some resources. So, yeah. For the moment, that's the end of this episode. I hope you all enjoy. I know I did. Hopefully I can get that copper miner up and running and get copper sheets down because I completely forgot about that. And actually, hang on. Before final thing, I promise. Final thing. I'll swap the concrete right now while I've got the chance to. So it's literally all I have to do is put the copper with copper. And bingo. Take all. Put all that in there. Put all that in there. There. So, happening here. Okay. So 172 modular frames, 211 rotors, 1,598 plates, though that's getting an increase right now. 4,800 rods, 8,880, no, sorry, 8,823 screws, 4,800 cable, 12,000 wire. It's not currently being produced, but from what I've had previously, 773 copper sheets, and then 2,350 concrete. All the resources that either are or will be produced. The only one that isn't currently actively being produced, and a lot of, is that one, and technically those two because I did add the a lot of part, but those are both being produced slowly but surely. So I hope you all enjoy. I know I did. Took some brain power to get this done. Hopefully it will look better when I start streaming next, because I will attempt to get this third floor done, fully. And then here, let me. Oh yeah, I have plenty of room to get the copper sheets in here, because this is the floor it's going on. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. I know I did. I'll see y'all next time. And you're worth